West Brom 0, Arsenal 6. Have we got our Arsenal back? Let's get into it. Good evening, people. Welcome back. It's Armoury TV reaction show. West Brom 0, Arsenal 6. Having me a very special guest. What's going on, my brother?
All good, man. Feeling a bit better. After,
got
a little respite, man. Jesus.
Been a long time. We've been waiting a long time, and you know, even just to see 6 goals, I haven't seen nothing like that in a long time. So yeah, it's a positive. It's definitely a positive. I do think West Brom obviously came in under strength. I think they rested more players than we did.
Yeah.
But equally, you can only beat what's in front of you. They would have players with a point to prove to break into that first 11. They've been on a good run. We've been the complete opposite. So again, you can only beat what's in front of you. Just quick thoughts before we get into the lineup and stuff like that. How happy was you with the performance and the football?
Yeah, I mean, I was very happy with the performance, with the football. We were in total control. I think it's West Brom. They got relegated, and obviously they rested a lot of their players because they're prioritising the league and getting promoted again. It's understandable, you know. But look, at the end of the day, Aubameyang's been someone that has been shy of confidence, and regardless of who you score against, we all know what scoring a goal, regardless, just to remember that feeling. We know what that does to you. And he got on the score sheet 3 times and then got an assist as well. Pepe, I thought, was excellent. Saka as well, with his chance that was taken. You know, Odegaard, everyone put in a good performance at the end of the day. You know, I think Ramsdale as well on his debut. I have to give him a special mention. You know, like, look, he didn't have a lot to do, but what he had to do, he did well. He looked confident, you know, like in what he was doing. You know, like he made a very smart save in the first half when we were under a bit of pressure, and there was a couple of other good saves in there as well. So yeah, look, I'm just happy to see him make his debut. I just want to see him do well as well, Ramsdale. And
definitely, of all the players, as much as I know we moan about some players and stuff, and we have a lot to say about the transfer fees and what we pay, but I think as Arsenal fans in general, you just want to see the players do well. And again, today just lifts you a little bit. The hardest thing is going into Man City on the weekend. Could have done with having a lesser team. But equally, if you could build upon that and get something against City, that's massive. Do you know what I mean? It's massive for Arteta. And he was saying, be a bit patient. We've got 9 first-team players out, 6 core squad members out.
Yeah.
Difference straight away just by putting in Aubameyang, Saka, Pepe, Odegaard, the difference it made. So we go to the starting 11. Initial thoughts when you saw this: obviously Ramsdale in goal, Tavares, Chambers, Holding, Kolasinac, Elneny, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Pepe, Aubameyang. What was your initial thoughts when you saw the team?
My first thoughts when I saw the team was, I thought that Holding and Chambers were going to be the centre backs, so that Kolasinac would be the left back and Tavares would be the right back.
Yes.
Interestingly, that wasn't what he did. He played Kolasinac as a centre back. He played Chambers as the right back.
Tavares on the left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the starting lineup, the rest of it, I looked at and I understood. I was happy to see Odegaard starting.
Yeah.
I think this is a good kind of confidence builder for him this game, and he got an assist as well, a very neat one for Saka's goal, cheeky flick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, my initial thoughts were just seeing him on the team sheet. It was good to see Ramsdale on the team sheet as well.
Yeah,
and, like in terms of what I was thinking was that it was just good to see those guys getting on the starting lineup, into the starting 11.
Definitely. Definitely.
It's the sort of game you want to test them in, right? You know, and that's what I'm saying. It gives them confidence. I think if you look at Runarsson last season, even though it was a cup game, starting him against City, whose second team would be better
than most teams' first teams.
Yeah. Whereas, like, you saw this one was, the right game to go into and get confidence in. So, yeah, I was happy with the team sheet. Obviously, that change in the back line, when I realised when they actually kicked off, I was a bit nervous about. But look, it worked at the end of the day. So
yeah, because again, we've seen Kolasinac play centre back in pre-season. I can't say I'm really impressed with him there. And again, it's a stern opposition. It might have gone wrong. I think for me, especially because you've got 4 right backs, didn't make sense. It was like, well, just play Chambers inside centre back then and leave. You could either put Cedric in or make Lenars to start there. Yeah. But again, when it works, it works. Nothing to question. I'm happy to see Ramsdale. Happy he's got a clean sheet. First game for us. The only thing I was a bit like, I wanted to see Lokonga play instead of. I said no issues with El Nene coming in. Obviously, I know Lokonga's a kid and he might be tired from the Chelsea game. Or maybe was this Arteta looking at maybe starting El Nene next to Xhaka against Man City? Do you reckon that was more of a let me see how those two play together? Maybe Man City's come a bit too soon for Lokonga after the Chelsea game. He played well, but there was, as we dissected on Monday, there was a couple of issues, but he looked tired towards the end and a few bits of press was a bit late. Do you think this is a way of having a look at El Nene and Xhaka now and saying maybe that's the 2 to go with against Man City? A bit more experience. El Nene is very good at getting around the pitch and he's very competitive, isn't he, with the winning tackles and stuff like that. So do you think that played its part? Do you reckon that's why Xhaka started instead of Lokonga?
I think it could be a bit of both, just to kind of get a look at El Nene, see what he can do, give him a chance to stake his claim for the game this weekend. But at the same time, to rest Lokonga and just refresh his legs. I know he's young and he's 21, but if he did look, and he did look fatigued from the Chelsea game towards the end. I mean, their midfield engine room is something else. It's full of energy, full of vibrance, and that was his second competitive game in the Premier League. So I think maybe they are looking at that. Like as a 2-sided thing. I mean, you never know. They might start all 3. Go with more of a defensive minded shape. With one kind of sitting deeper and 2 box to box. That might be an option as well. Maybe El Nene sitting behind Xhaka and Lokonga. I mean, for someone like City with the midfielders they've got, I would seriously consider it. I
think we went wrong against Chelsea because we didn't adapt our tactics to deal with their attacking threat. We kind of played the old Wenger hand of we're Arsenal and this is what we do, so we're going to come out, and that didn't work for us. Do you know what I mean? Arteta previously was getting it correct when he was going to games. He was a bit more reserved. It sometimes wasn't pretty. Like, remember the 1-0 against Chelsea?
That's it.
It wasn't pretty, but we nicked it. Do you know what I mean? And I think, again, sometimes you've got to come out and say, actually, we're going to now try and implement our style, but we're not ready for that, I don't think, yet. If we've got all our players, maybe, but not in this position. So, yeah, it could be an option. And again, I think the rest of the team, it makes sense. I think Odegaard, Saka, Pepe. Odegaard obviously coming back. Saka, again, getting him up to match fitness. Pepe hadn't had a great start, so it was good to see him in an attacking light. And Aubameyang as well, captain back in, starting and helping himself to 3. So let's talk about our captain. So there's been a lot of talk about, is he happy at Arsenal? Does he want to leave? Has he down tools? Before we found out it was COVID, he's had a bust up with Arteta. That's the only way to explain him and Lacazette not being in the squad. So there's been quite a lot of talk. This morning, there was murmurs of Man City being interested in him. Did the performance today show you someone who wants to play for Arsenal or someone who's scoring to get himself a move?
No, look, one thing you could never do is question Aubameyang's commitment. If he was angling for a move, he could have had one. Last year, he had everyone chasing him. He didn't have a bad season behind him. Everyone in Europe wanted him, and people were coming in for him. Some offering more money. Ultimately were more attractive propositions at the time. People forget this. Do you know what I mean? We shouldn't be questioning his commitment to our cause now. In light of that, that makes no sense to me. For a man to forego a move to Barcelona, for example, to stay at us when we had just finished 8th, but only won an FA Cup, You know, you're looking at passing up the opportunity to play with Lionel Messi and get paid more in the process at the time. And, you know, so one thing I'll never do is question his commitment. I'm not going to do that. You know, like, the guy has just had a tough season. You know, like the system that Arteta uses, you know, we've known is set up to be very compact and very difficult to break down. And the byproduct of that, unfortunately, is the chance creation. You know, not having the chance created at the start of the season, you know, then that plays on the striker's mind throughout it. And, you know, by that point, his head had completely dropped in terms of goals he's scored. And the rest of the season, you're trying to play catch up with those things, both confidence and your goal tally. Look, in pre-season, right up until today, in every game, even the ones we've lost, you've seen us create chances. That's the thing, you know, more chances, more consistently, you know, per game than our last couple of games last season, and many, you know, if we take an average of our pre-season games and the ones we've played. So, look, when that happens, you know what it's like when you're a striker. If you've been feeding off scraps for ages, you know, ultimately, all of a sudden you're getting fed in abundance. It's like you've forgotten how to eat. You just need to you know, kind of get that first goal, get that out of your system. Yes, it's West Brom and it's their kids, you know, in 6 debuts. I think they made it today. But at the end of the day, you score what's in front of you. And as I said, that winning feeling is there. You know, the fact that you scored, you know, the confidence is restored in some part. I mean, you know, you've got to go and do it against the bigger size in the league to really kind of get it back. But, you know, the journey's got to start somewhere, and a hat trick. A hat trick and an assist is a good place to start, you know. And you know, I think
definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Look, the other thing as well, all the attacking players we wanted to see on the score sheet today, we saw. Lacazette came off the bench, got himself on the score sheet. Saka, we've been saying,
great finish as well.
Yeah, it was really good finish. Saka as well, we've been saying, you know, like, he needs to add goals to his game. I think, you know, I'm sure himself being his biggest critic would agree. And look, you know, he's gone and got that tonight as well. Pepe as well, and you know, it's the sort of confidence that those attacking players need to take into a game, you know, with coming up against a team like City. And
Definitely. So what we're going to do now, can you still hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you all right, yeah.
I think I'm lagging a bit.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Okay, cool. So what we do now, there is some players I want to touch upon, but actually there's not a straight to the point show tomorrow with Tony. He's not doing one this week. So we'll do the player ratings now. I think that'd be a good little shout. And again, we could touch upon, especially focusing maybe more on new boys. So Tavares, Ramsdale, Odegaard, definitely want to hear your insight on them. So we'll start with the keeper, Ramsdale. What you giving him score-wise? And let's talk about, again, he made a few saves, but more importantly, I think we know Leno's a good shot stopper. What I want to see from Ramsdale is organisation of the back line and distribution. So if you can touch on a bit about that and give me a score, what you'd give him for his performance today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give him a 7. You know, like, I think, look, it's a debut. You kept a clean sheet. And okay, it's, you know, it's West Brom's kids, but if I'm judging the performance of what I saw, I would say it's a 7. You know, just taking that into account on the surface level. You know, within minutes, there was a bit of a sloppy pass that someone made. I can't remember. He was off his line and obviously cleared the danger. You know, made a very, very good save to his bottom right. You know, early on in the first half when West Brom were actually causing some problems.
Yeah, if I remember, I think they had first 4 shots or something West Brom had. And I was thinking, it can't be, surely not. But yeah, we weathered the storm and came out the other side. But yeah, so yeah, you're giving him a 7. What do you reckon about his distribution, ball at his feet?
Yeah, I mean, he looks solid distributing the ball. You know, I can't remember many misplaced passes or throws or kicks or anything. You know, I think you know, that stood out to mind. You know, there was one nervy moment, as I said, but I think that was more the pass was short to him than So
yeah.
Yeah, and I think I was really impressed with the saves that he made. And yeah, I think it's a good performance to build off.
Decent. Right, we move on to Chambers.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Chambers probably 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a chance where he got forward in the first half where he could have done better, taken a touch, got a cross in, but didn't really look troubled in defense, but really didn't have much to do for me to like majorly judge him off. But yeah, just quietly went about his business, to be honest.
Cool. We're going to the centre back. So first centre back, we go with Holding.
I'm gonna give a 7. Yeah, I think he was the guy. He was the leader at the back. He was definitely organising everything, and I think that showed in how he marshalled the defence. But yeah, again, sort of didn't have a massive amount to do, but did get some blocks, tackles, one a lot in the air as well. So yeah, I'll go with that, and I think mainly it's just because of how well he organised everyone else around him.
Good scores, good scores. Next to him, Kolasinac.
Oh, well, I think did okay. I'm gonna say 6. He did get a yellow. It was very lucky with that as well. Very mistimed tackle. A few nervy moments. Didn't do anything glaringly dangerous. I think apart from the tackle with the yellow, but yeah, didn't really do much to command a higher score than that.
Understandable. That's fine. We move on. So one we do want to touch on a bit, Nuno Tavares. I like him. I really do like him. What do you make of his performance today?
I think his performance was good. I think he was very industrious, down the left-hand side, whether it was with the ball, without the ball, he was playing very wide, hugging the touchline. And he was trying to deliver the ball into the box with both of his feet, which was making it quite difficult to mark. He did get some good balls into the box and, going forward. Didn't have a lot to do defensively, but I think, given how early on it is in his career, how little he was bought for, like what's expected of him, I think I'd give him a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, nice. We're going to the two centre midfielders and really quick, we're going to rattle through these now. Because again, we've seen a lot of them anyway. So Granit Xhaka, what are you scoring him today?
I actually think I think he did all right. I do think he did all right today. I'd have to give him probably a 7 as well.
Excellent. And his partner next to him, El Nene?
Yeah, I think 6.5, 6.5, maybe 7. I think that they for large parts had control of the midfield. And the difference was today that they were both looking to pass the ball forward. Quite a lot, and they were finding time and space to do that or to get it to someone that could. Yeah. So yeah, I think I can't, they're not players that, that I want us to be resting our hats on. No. But look, I have to give credit where it's due, and they didn't do badly today.
Good. And we move on to the kind of 3 behind the striker. So we start with Pepe.
Pepe, I'm gonna give a 7.5. I think he was causing all kinds of problems down the right-hand side. Don't get me wrong, there were moments where you just thought he could have done something sooner, like got rid of the ball sooner, or got to balls just before defenders did. But yeah, look, he caused all sorts of problems. Hit the post for Aubameyang's second. Got on the score sheet himself. Had another shot that came off the crossbar. So and then obviously set up Lacazette's goal as well. So yeah, I think 7.5 would be good.
I can't argue with these scores at all, to be fair today. I think they're all very, very accurate. Saka,
I'm going to give, I think, the same. 7.5. Yeah. I think took his goal well. You know, similar sort of thing for Aubameyang's first goal. He got a shot in on goal that was well saved. Was really causing problems running through the middle as well, because he was playing, I think, more centrally today.
Yeah, he's quite narrow, isn't he? Yeah.
I think I'd like to see a bit more of that as well, because I think, you know, when you're trying to sometimes, like he's got that ability, he's got that direct running, you know, like where he could just like when he's running forward, where he can just he's very quick with his feet, and he can take players on. But sometimes when you take that and you put that pace and that directness and you ask them to run between two centre backs, you know, what that does is that pulls them in, or it pulls one of them in, creates a space for the other guy out there, the overload. And I think that's what Pepe and Aubameyang were thriving off. In the middle. So, I think he did quite well today.
Brilliant. I agree. It was nice to see. Again, it's just nice to see flowing football and being on the front foot.
Yeah.
And you saw the different. You saw the boys thrived off it. Do you know what I mean? Like they were doing the damage in the areas where they can hurt teams rather than in their own half. So it was nice to see. And again, new guy who's been here before, but obviously his first start since signing on a permanent, Martin Odegaard.
I'm going to give him a 7.5 as well.
Not bad,
I think, he looked lively, man. Like, look, he hit the post. People are like, oh, he hit the post from an open goal from like a couple of yards. I mean, the ball came at him really quickly.
Yeah.
The angle was really narrow, and you know, he had a second to react, and you know, he hit the post. It was unfortunate, but mate, his assist for Saka's goal, I think that was probably it was actually one of my favorite moments of the match.
Yeah,
you know, like just the nonchalance, you know, the back heel flick, you know, like again, look, I repeat, it is West Brom, and I'm, you know, like got to keep my feet on the ground. But look, I've maintained that Odegaard might not be the Maddison that we've wanted, but in his own right, he brings his own strengths to the table, and that is creativity. And look, we played Brentford, a newly promoted side, and we looked bereft of ideas. And today, everything was flowing. And I just think that extra kind of guile and that presence that he brings, you know, his passing ability, his vision, you know, I think are all things that the forward line are going to thrive off. So, and they certainly did today. Saka did to get his goal. So I'll go with a 7.5.
And the guy who got the hat trick, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, what are you rating him today? And just a few words summing it up with him, and then we got into the subs and manager.
I'm just going to give him a 9. I think, look, you know, he got a hat trick, he got an assist as well. I think he was trying to shoot on target for the assist, but you know, to follow up and not give up, you know, and to create the chance for Pepe to score, you can't knock that. And that's the thing. He just looked hungry. You know, he's in and around the box. You know, I think, you know, his first 2 goals were kind of your poachers ones where, you know, it's come off the post and he's just in the right place, which in itself is a skill.
It is, yeah. You got to be on the front foot, and that's where strikers make their money. Defenders will be on their heels and the strikers on their front foot, and on their toes, and they get there first. So
he put himself in the right area to take those chances. Same applied for Pepe's assist. I think the run in behind was very good for that as well.
Yeah.
But then his third goal, wow, that was like, you know, like the Ober of old, cutting in from the left, looking up, taking a touch, bending it around the defender in front of him and finding the top ends of the opposing corner. You know, and
we haven't seen it for a little while, have we? It's been a while since we've seen that. So
he had to pull it out, you know. And I think, just to see that, as I say, you know, I think that ending off, capping the hat trick with that kind of finish, I think, you know, that's resounding confidence levels that can be taken into next game.
Definitely. We'll move on to the subs quickly. So we're trying to think who's the first one that come on. Was it Lacazette?
Yeah, Lacazette, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was Lacazette first. No, it wasn't. Maitland-Niles,
yeah. I think, he looked all right as well. I think, didn't he get us the assist for Ober's goal as well? I think he did, you know.
I need to watch it again, if I'm honest.
I think he did, yeah. So
yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm going to give him. I'm going to give him a 6.5. He wasn't on the pitch for very long, but obviously, look, that he was, from midfield, found Aubameyang to find the goal. Yeah, so I was happy with what I saw from him when he came on.
Good. And yeah, next one was Lacazette came on.
Lacazette, I'm going to give a 7, aren't I? Yeah, I think he took his goal well. He actually looked a threat and good for maybe a few more as well, like one more maybe. So yeah, I think
almost got an assist as well, didn't he, Lacazette?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think look, this is what I've maintained. These guys, they don't just fall off. They just need confidence, and I think better chance creators to help them.
Yeah, and, definitely.
I think let's see what we can do by the end of the window to change that. Odegaard's a step in the right direction. To add to Smith Rowe, Saka, and Pepe. You've got your Reece Nelson there. What's he going to do? I don't know. That's for another show, but
see what happens with him. And last one, quickly, wrap this up in 30 seconds if you can. Martinelli, I'd say 6. I didn't really see much from him, but he came on quite late. So yeah, a bit. So yeah. Cool. Right, we're gonna quickly dive into these comments, and then we're gonna wrap up for today. So, Mr. One Touch, the Nigerian Englishman, Obama blood clot Yang. A win, lads, a bloody win and goals. Yeah, so our goal of the month's going to be looking all right now for you guys who was sending me the tweets and the memes about our goal of the month. At least we got some. Might not be Premiership, but we got some for the Arsenal first team.
Yo, haters. Wait there. Let me just do this properly. Yeah?
KRB has said,
bin your memes. Bin them, yeah? Because a goal of the month, at least we've got something to come with, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not Amari Hutchinson, it's not the 23s now. We got some first teams. So yeah, KRB said good goal today, Laka. Big dogs say let's not forget this cup. Yes, it's going to be the same result against City, just in reverse. Yeah, again we will touch on these in other shows, but I'm hoping just a bit of confidence. And it shows if we play 10 yards higher, we can hurt teams. But yeah, we've got to get in positions. Big dogs always say good night. Also, yeah, big dogs, good night, big dogs. And last one from One Touch, not applicable. Martinelli, he didn't touch the ball really. Yeah, again, the game was fizzled out by then. Yeah. Damage limitation from West Brom. You can't ask much more from the kids. So yeah, happy with today. Last one before we go, actually, Arteta, what are you going to give him? Again, just team come out. Kolasinac was the big surprise for me. I wanted to see Maitland-Niles, so for Chambers centre, Maitland-Niles on the right. Apart from that, I was quite happy with the team. Actually, in Sambi, I wanted to see Sambi instead of Xhaka. Do you think Arteta got it correct? Well, the scoreline says he did. And obviously, there was no Reece Nelson. I think that was another thing I wanted to see with Reece. But what do you reckon? What are you scoring Arteta for today?
I'd score him at 8 today. Look, I know again, I repeat, you got to beat the team that is in front of you, and like West Brom rested a number of their players, but it's a huge thing, like after what he did with Runarsson, the decision to play him against City and how that could have potentially been a career-defining moment for his Arsenal career. I think that I maintain, that was the wrong game to bring him into. So, that could have played on his mind with Ramsdale, but he went with his convictions. And look, Ramsdale, like I'm not saying, like that I don't expect more from him, but he took his chance well today, and I think, put Odegaard in there, just get minutes in him, persisted with Aubameyang. Some might have gone with a youngster, maybe Balogun, maybe Martinelli, but he thought, look, I'm going to go with this guy. I'm going to give him his confidence back. And look, it all paid off. His subs came on and had impact as well with Laka. So yeah, I mean, I can't really give him less than an 8 for that performance.
Definitely. And I think what it showed isn't he respected West Brom. Yeah. He went out to win this game. Yes, he rotated a few, but actually it was a very, very strong lineup. He definitely respects West Brom. I think he understands the position we're in.
Yeah. Let me just interrupt there quickly because I was doing a live stream watch along, on my TikTok, and I had a bunch of Tottenham fans and Chelsea fans all in there swarming, just waiting. That's all usually my average numbers are about 20, 30, yeah. But from the moment I started, there was about 50, 60 people in there all the time, yeah, because they were waiting. Yeah. But all I got to say, yeah, is I find it hilarious, yeah, that Tottenham fans were saying, you know, you're playing against kids and you started your first team. Well, just remember, yeah, you started your kids against Paco de Ferreiros' first team and you caught the slap, yeah? So that's just a lesson in humility. Sometimes you have to respect your opponent, yeah? And that's what we did tonight, yeah?
I hear that. And I know you're going to be active tomorrow, finding them Tottenham guys. Are they playing on Thursday? They got their second leg this week.
They're playing against Thursday, and if they lose...
Oh, my goodness, it's going to be lit up. So we're going to keep quiet for now, but just know if they lose, I'm jumping on the stream.
I prefer not to speak.
Yeah, let's do that. Keep quiet.
I'm in big trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. And just quickly, KRB said Arteta in. Just slow down a little second, but it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully, this breeds some confidence ready for Saturday. And Silver Fox has said, watching Keith Kolasinac. I hope not. Again, we've got 2 left-footed centre backs, and the fact he played him centre back shows me he doesn't really fancy him there. And if he does stay, he'll be playing minimal games because actually, if Gabriel's fit, this game would be for Mari because Gabriel will be playing the Premiership. So, yeah, even if Kolasinac stays, he'd be third choice left back, third choice centre back. So he probably won't see the pitch much, we hope. But you never know with this team. So we're going to wrap up there. First of all, just wanted to say thank you for everyone tuning in. Sorry we were a bit late, but we managed to get something done. But obviously, we're tuning in the morning. Good morning to you all. Just make sure you please comment, like, and subscribe. Gunner King, thank you again. Tomorrow, what have we got coming up tomorrow? We got Gunslingers.
Gunslingers, yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to attend because I'm.
You're traveling.
Yeah,
right. Living life. So I think we got Gunslingers. We got a lot planned this week. To be fair, we got Gunslingers coming. We got obviously the Man City preview. There'll be a Man City reaction as well. Obviously, if you haven't seen some of the other shows, Gunner King Court, you did one with the Nigerian Englishman yesterday. Wicked show. If you missed the breakdown show on Monday with Marvin and Jordan, that we went in depth on that. So yeah, please try and catch up on that, and also the point with Tony on Monday as well. So yeah, there's shows to catch up on if you've got some free time tomorrow. Also, more shows coming up. We're busy at the moment. So I want to say big up to everyone at the Armoury. Everyone's doing their thing, loving life, and it feels good to get a win today. A bit more positive today. So yeah, hopefully we can carry this into Saturday, and hopefully the Arsenal can do something and stun everybody. Gunnar, thanks for coming on again, and I'll catch up with you probably next week.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Have a good one, brother. Love.
Easy.